I am probably experiencing major issues here with my computer, and I have a feeling that it's not going to show me the game because it's stupid. I'm actually trying to check to see if I'm even broadcasting right now, because a lot of times I have trouble with that. It doesn't actually start broadcasting. Well, there I am. Okay. So I do have a video to show you today if all goes well. If all doesn't go well, I'll figure something else out. But let me let people know that I'm going to be streaming right now. I know, isn't this the most exciting part of my stream? Well, here's something that is going to be... Why did I have two of them? Oh, because one's JPG. All right. I'm streaming now. Twitch.tv/stabity-doo. There we go. I'm so appreciative that some of my channels actually gave a nice little, oh, I don't even have to put anything up. It has the banner situated. Excellent. All right. Hopefully people will start turning up shortly. If they don't, they don't. A lot of people don't have off today. Twitchcraft. I am the Twitchcraft. That leaves DDA. Did I not add it to DDA? DDA is great. Lots of things we need to discuss today, folks. Yes, okay, I am streaming on everything. Let me see if I am showing, if I put... No, I don't understand what's going on with my game. It's just... I'm awful often having problems with my game not showing up. Let me change it to video windowed. And then video windowed full screen, which is what should work according to... There it is. I guess I have to change it and then put it back. That's stupid. All right, so let me now show you a video. This is DJ Freed, and he posted this onto the housing forums, and it's so worth it. It is a video of his home on EU that I wanted to show you anyway, but I figure if I show it to you from his video, I think you'll get a little bit more of what the artist intended. So let's watch that, and then I will get back to viewing houses. I don't know if he put sound to it or not. Doesn't sound like it. I might add some music. Anyway, so this house blew my mind. I honestly don't know how I managed to get all of those curves just so. It's beautiful. Maybe I'll take myself out of the picture so you guys can see the whole thing. It's like every angle you look from has something to look at. It's even the video doesn't do it justice. You should go to EU and check out DJ Freed and go to their home. It's their lunar champion. while that's doing that, I have to reload UI. Wonderful, huh? So yeah, I think what he said on the forums was that this house was supposed to reflect the inside of an explorer's mind, a Khajiit's explorer's mind. And this did not use EHT, so any of the effects you see are made from in-game items. And it's just truly an amazing house. Probably the greatest work of art in EHT I've ever seen. I mean, not in EHT, in ESO I've ever seen. It's just really beautiful. And, you know, the lines look so natural. There's no place where it looks like he's got a rough edge or anything. The lines just are all so perfect. And I think I found him explaining somewhere what he meant by it. I mean, how he went about doing it. And so I think I'm going to be able to read it to you and tell you after we're done looking at it. But I kind of want to... Looks like I'm dropping packets again, so I apologize. I'm going to start closing things and see if I can reduce packet loss. I'm sure showing a video while everything is going isn't helping. Hopefully that helped. This is a part of the house I have not yet seen. He must have expanded into the next hall. I thought this was all closed off. Maybe it is. Oh, I never would have thought to go up there. I love that blue. I need to have someone drag me through and get me that blue everything. So I didn't do anything yesterday because I didn't want to compete with all of the other people doing their thing. Yeah, I totally haven't seen this part. It's not bad, but it doesn't really have the same curvy thing as the front room as much. I guess it still has some curves. I'm going to try to do this more often to show you some of the videos made by people who did the house, because I think it ends up reflecting more what the person intended than anything that I might show you. Something about those kinds of walkways always reminds me of roller coaster rides. And I actually am not complaining. I kind of like that. Now look at that curve he's got going on there. That's amazing. Beautiful. And the way that he uses circles from all sources and all types of objects, from wagon wheels to sand to curvy walls to everything. It's just beautiful. Even the cheese. Even the cheese is round. And he knows it too. Shale. The Mad God. There you go. The Mad God's perfect ponder sphere, which is not so perfect. Got it. Makes a lot more sense now. The name. Oh, and he's wearing a round hat. I didn't even notice that. So I think this is the end of it. So we are done. Let me show you then. I'll put me in front. Hello. And then I'm going to put the game capture in front. Hello. And then I'm going to close these windows and pray that it keeps working because I don't want it to be so behind. Frame rate drop. Do I need any of these open? No. I can always reopen them later. All right. So here we are. And today, hopefully, my hub is working. Yes. We're going to look at one rando, and then I have lists of homes that we can look at. I also wanted to, you see, I want to point out that for me, Halloween is not over. We're going to continue. Because I didn't get my Halloween special last night. I was going to do it, but it turned out I ended up having people stay over unexpectedly. A lot of people, which is not very me. And the other thing was I wasn't feeling so good. And it ended up being, like, I looked and like 50 bajillion people were streaming yesterday because it's such an easy way to stream yesterday is to do stuff with, oh, here's a new one. XOX Harlequin XOX. So let's go there. Lunar Champion. Part of what yesterday was like, you know, it's such an easy thing. Throw on a costume. You can entertain people. Everybody wanted to be watching or doing streams yesterday. So I watched the little J Hart Ellis's. My Moo Pen. J Hart. Hello, J Hart. But I didn't stay long because, as I said, I had guests come over unexpectedly. Okay. Harlequin X. Let's close this so I don't spam y'all. Sign in. That always makes me sad when I look and I see that there's only one person, you know, and it's them. So that's a bummer. Now, this is interesting. It says that there's 1 out of 2,000 effects, but I know that usually the sign-in sheet counts as 1, and I see 1 right here. So maybe Cardi changed that. Another thing Cardi did was if you have Magic Carpet installed, it told you scary things yesterday when you went to a home. Oh, my goodness, I'm going to have to get dressed, rather. Hide my home. Hairstyles. Let's see what I should wear. Head markings, no. I can't wear my Halloween outfit in the game. That just wouldn't be acceptable. I will go as a noble clan chief. No, I don't like that. That's too bright. I'm gonna do... Oh, I like the Plague Dragon one with this. And then for my... Okay, that's good enough. Alright, so they've got a little bedroom built in here. They've got a Zabi and Fazez. And then we're going to go into the Halls of Colossus. Which one day I think I want to just entirely redo mine. Because this area is just so... You're so able to do so many things with it. Mainly from building down to the water. So it looks like this person's just really getting started on their home. And they listed it, probably going to ask people what you all think. And this looks like stuff they're going to build with. Otherwise, you would have a really hard time sleeping in that bed. I don't know about you, but that just seems... Yeah, it looks like they're getting a start on here. So let's look at another one that people are a little more ahead with. One I don't know. We could do more than one since this one was so quick. Sue Blue asked me to visit her home. So that this is like... Not really rando because I know who she is and she's a nice person and she asked me to, so we might have to do another one. But it was in the hub. Actually, I'm not sure if this was the one that she told me to visit or if it was a different one. Let me just check something. You know what's annoying is on OBS it doesn't tell you how many people are watching. Right now there's only 2 people watching, which is fine with me. Because people watch later. one of my friends watches to go to sleep because I'm apparently that fascinating. That's really cool. What is the theme in here? I don't know what the theme is, but that's a really cool spiral. Let me just check something. I just got a message that may be important. No, apparently not any important message. I don't know why I got it. It's flashing at me, but whatever. So yeah, nobody's watching. I'm okay with that. So this almost looks like, when you look at it through here, through the portal, it almost looks like an illusion. I wasn't sure that you could even build off in this direction. This is the opposite direction. Or maybe I'm confused, and this is, wow, this is really confusing, and I'm just here for the first time. This is very confusing and interesting. I like it. All the paper. The Vardenfell plants acting as a scary thing coming in. Those spooky new tendrils. So this is a book staircase. Goodness, look at the item count just from that. 698 items out of 700, and I see why. That's a big item count right there. Schottenjäger, only 2 on 50% of audience. Sorry, Schotten. They come later. I broadcast at a really odd time for most people. Like, most people are at school or at work, and it's a Friday, so it's, you know, they're still at school or work. And I am just decided to, at least in the US, I don't know where you are. These are expensive because these are crown items. I wonder, this is all very unusual. I'm not complaining, but it's just a little bit confusing. I don't think that's the real sky. Oh, it is the real sky. Apparently the moon is one of those crushy things. This is a very avant-garde, surreal, Skull Lord-esque type home, in fact, which I usually don't see. It's amazing, actually. It's really cool. Ah! Am I gonna fall off? I don't know. What is that over there? Am I supposed to see that or not? That's what she was going for, Ixie. She was going for Hermaeus Mora. In fact, I think that's who that is. She was doing she invited me to check this one out. And in fact, I wonder if I still have the mail. I hope I do. No, I deleted it because I'm a moron. But yeah, this is Hermaeus Mora. I don't know if it looks brighter from another direction. It works. I think it's very well done. All the books, all the papers, it all makes a lot of sense. I do want to see what that is, though, even if I'm not supposed to. Plop. And I'm not going to be able to. Oh, it must be just the bridge for this and the outside of it. Okay. So that's amazing, Subaru. You did a tremendous job, and I'm not just saying that. I want to be honest with you folks, and I mean, I'm never going to insult a build, but this is Mr. JV's Grand Topal. Let's go there. I'm never going to insult a build, but I will tell you, if I am saying I think it's fantastic and it's excellent and well done, I mean it, you know, and I'm saying it about that. So I hope you take it to heart and realize that it was an incredible build, and I think it's amazingly done. So here we go. This should be the second rando. This one should be one that, provided that the person filled it out enough, I will feel comfortable visiting and then moving on. This is 700 out of 700. And definitely different. Okay, wow. You know, I'm going to say this, and it's not an insult. It's just what I tend to consider these things. This is what I call a kitchen sink home, where you put in everything but the kitchen sink, and maybe that too, and makes it very glowy. It makes it very bright, because we get a lot of glowy items, believe it or not. And I think it's a fun way to do a build. And in fact, I might tell Jayhard at some point or another that we should do a kitchen sink contest and see whose kitchen sink idea is the best. And, you know, I wouldn't want it to make sense. I wouldn't want it to have any theme to it. It just has to look good with stuff all thrown together into... I wonder if he meant, like, this is a closed-off tower. Wow, there's even a map over here, an EHT map. There's 12 effects. I saw a portal over there, which made sense. Here's a Wayrest Full Life. Who is how? Like, what guild's house is this? This is Mr. J. I don't know whose guild this is. You'd think that if it were a guild house, it would have the guild name up. How boot them Canadians, eh? Okay, I don't get it. Not bad, I just don't get it. I'm looking for a guild name. If you guys spy the guild name before me, please feel free to tell me. My grand topal is storage, so I gotta give this guy points on the fact that it is not storage. He's done something with it. Now this is very up my alley with the paper lanterns. Yeah, maybe Doobs. I just was trying to figure out whose guild it is. Because it seems to be saying Wayrest for life suggests to me that it's a Wayrest trade guild. I could be wrong. It was just an assumption I made. Let's see if any of these are full. I had a feeling they would be, but I think this is very standard aside from the outside. Yeah, but kitchen sink build would be fun, and I think it also would be fairly easy, and we've had such incredibly challenging contests lately. And I want to work with Jayhard. I want to start giving... This one's empty. I want to start giving him, you know, support for his contests. Like, let him run his contests. Maybe I'll fund some of them. That kind of thing. I think we saw that up in person. But, you know, from a distance, it looks pretty cool. That whole lit up area. All right. So what I wanted to do, it's not Halloween, but I wanted to do lifestyles of the rich. So homes of the rich of the guild. I mean, of trade guilds. And they're probably not famous. So I am going to wear my tiara, and then I'm going to show you rich people's homes. Because they have the money. What are they doing with it? That's what I want to know. I don't know if you want to know it. Yeah, it's Halloween as long as you want it to be. You're absolutely right. So luckily I wrote these down because I have my MM off for a reason, because it was slowing me down on load. So we're going to start with the Nord Lord. Now these are all people who in last month made over 5 million gold in the month. Okay? That includes me, but in one guild. Not in all 5 guilds, in one guild that I'm in. And look, Princely Dawnlight. Where else would you live if you're stupid rich? And so I wanted to do just rich people homes for fun and profit, but no profit. Why does my hair look stupid every time I put this tiara on? Was I not meant to be a princess? Was I not meant to be a rich princessy type tiara girl? Damn, this thing just does not want to look good. Whatever, you're all gonna have to live with it. So, did everyone have good Halloween? I stayed in. I watched things online. This is the Nord Lord. Real quick before I go on with my questions about Halloween. These homes, I did go to them just to make sure they had a home. This is not all the richest people there are in the game. It's just ones that are in my guild. One of my 5 guilds. This is AUT, so this is Angry Unicorns, I believe, is what the Nord Lord is in. Some of them are multiple guilds of mine. And I went to go make sure that they had something, but I also, let me put on my personality. But I didn't explore it beyond that. So you and I, folks, are going to together explore. Here, I got my light out. Look better. Okay, so we're going to explore them together and get to know our ritzy friends together. And I'll point out anything to you that I know that looks very ritzy. Also, I know I'm way ahead of myself again. Let me see how bad it is. I'm going to open up my Chrome and check myself and see just how far behind I am. Because it was bad the other day. I don't even, that must be now. Yeah, that's now. Awesome, we're caught up. So, for Halloween, I just watched ESO and napped a lot, and hopefully you guys had parties and whatnot to go to. I did chat with my friend online who's upset with me that I called him a jerk. But he kind of was jerky, and he deserved it. But I forgive him, and I'm sure he forgives me. So, let's go inside. I don't really know the Nord Lord all that well, so this is kind of like an introduction. Okay, those paintings, fortunes. On the vendors, you can't get those. The traders, you can't get those for less than 300K. So there we go, our first stupid ritzy thing that is super expensive. Obviously, you can buy certain things with gold. Oh, look, even more of those paintings. You can buy some of these things with gold, like this furnishing set, I believe is the Hughes Bane furnishing set, all of these things along the top. And I bet you that they paid with gold because of the, you know, using a crown. There's the triptych. That one's worth a ton of money. Ridiculous ton of money. Their paintings, I mean, just look at all the paintings. Every single painting I've seen so far has been a stupid expensive painting. Yeah. That looks cool. That's not very surprising. I bet you will also see a bunch of achievement furnishings that are very expensive. That was from the Lux vendor, and if I remember correctly, it was expensive. Of course, you're going to put some of the most expensive things right at the entrance where everyone can see how much money you have. Well, yeah, that's why we're going to these homes. We're going to be seeing wealthy people's homes. You know, there's plenty of poor people's homes out there that you could look at. They're pretty much every NPC. Except for kings or queens or whatever. So, yeah. Okay. Is this closed? I don't know if this is closed off normally. I don't know this house very well because I didn't buy it. There's too much already done here in this house for me. Like, the new halls of the Lunar Champion section that opened up, there's so little done there that you could very easily expand over, you know, you can build out and you can make something completely unique and definitely your own. Whereas this Hall of the Lunar, not Hall of the Lunar, this Princely Dawnlight Palace is very much a palace. It's not much you can do with it beyond that. And what's funny is that when I regard the new hall, I'll say to people, you know, oh my God, all the builders that I talk to love it. Even though there's almost nothing there. Like, the non-builders go, what is this dingy garbage that's out here? You know, there's nothing to do. And why doesn't it have a nice palace or something? Well, because the real builders want to build. You know, they want to add on to it. They don't want to just live with it the way that it is. So that was the Nord Lord's house. And now we're going to go to Butterface, who is also... Actually, I'm going to see what guild these people are in so I can do a shout out to the guild as well as... Oh, somebody else is here. Hopefully they're not mad at me for breaking into their home. Butterface. Are you one of my... Yes, and you're here. This is Butterface, who is also in Angry Unicorns. And this is their mournoth, which is a surprising choice to be your #1 house if you're very wealthy. Again, I picked only people who made over $5 million a month in one guild. So you do the math to figure out how much they're probably pulling down. It's a lot. Here we go. Oh, did you guys notice my new potato? Oh, goodness. I have a new potato emote. Let me see if I can show it to you. I'm not sure I'll be able to. It's getting approved. I don't know if it's approved yet. No, they didn't approve it yet. I have a potato icon that's going to be coming your way. Yeah, my icon. You guys are going to be able to use my potato. And potato me all you like. Look at that. They gave it a face. Interesting. Let's do the outside first. So yeah, this is Butterface, who used mournoth. And I actually think they did a very interesting job here. I'm not complaining about it. It's different. My mournoth is an entire city in a very closed-in place. But what they've done is a very orcish look. With just, you know, making it more of a very pretty but usable space, because they have their food station, their provisioning station, and here they have their skelly. Wow, somebody's following me, I think. No, that was the last house. Nobody's here yet. Bah! I fell down. Let's go in the front doorway, see if that's what was intended. Okay, so we're inside. It's close to that shot, but it's cuter. But for now, feel free to use that. It's cute. So this is their interior, which has a combination of all sorts of ethnicities going on. Like, this is the Orcish tapestry. They've got a Breton, or, you know, chest here. They've got Halalu chest here. They've got, I think that's Nord. That's Orcish. Those are Orcish as well. That's Telvanni. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point, Dubes. If a Khajiit who got adopted by orcs got rich. Because here's all the Khajiiti stuff and the Redguard stuff. And I'm, like, losing my mind with all of the things. There is an awful lot going on in here. It's almost like the last house that we looked at, the kitchen sink house. This is almost, and here's a clockwork area, but it is a crafting area. It's sort of like a kitchen sink on the inside house, and the outside is a little bit more sensical, but the inside is just everything. What they like, eclectic. Definitely eclectic. Not picking, guys, not picking on them, but it's just different. And like I said, if I do my kitchen sink, this would fit perfectly in, and they would be able to get into the contest. And it's just what you want, you know? Doesn't have to be rhyme or reason. It's whatever you enjoy if this is your home. So I'm seeing these at the same time as you. So this is, we're gonna go to Ocean Blade. And this is Lifestyles of the Rich and Not Famous. And I am your host, the Potato. Stabbity doom. Yeah. And I got 2 subscriptions which is amazing. I got Cromwell and Nanaterra both subscribe. I don't want you guys subscribing because I would rather you not spend your money on me. I don't need it. I'm here just to, oh, look how cute. This is actually very pretty, but this person made 5 million in one guild last month. You gotta wonder why they're in snug pod. Not complaining because it's very well done, but this is still snug pod. You know what I'm wondering about? Okay, there it is. I was wondering how they were getting the petals dripping down from the new tree here, the new nymph tree. And then I realized they have a ginkgo upside down over it. If you can see the ginkgo flowers, they have it buried into the ceiling and they have it coming down. Maybe they do, like their guilds. It's crazy hard right now for guilds to survive. It's just insane. But what I'd like to point out is that's actually interesting and good to know, because not everything you flip upside down does what you would think it would do with gravity. Sometimes you can put smoke upside down or fire upside down and it doesn't do what it should, like the smoke doesn't go the right way and all sorts of things get screwed up. So you're going to have to try each object to make sure that the physics of it works the way that you need it to. And so knowing now, we know that the ginkgo trees can be flipped upside down and their petal animation will still work. So that's very well done. I'm impressed. So this person has, a builder taste here, even though they're super rich. They chose a small home that they can make be very, very beautiful. So I'm impressed with this. The next one is Magic Sea. If you know any of these people, feel free to give them a shout out, because I'm hoping that some of them will watch and see that we're paying attention to their homes, even though they're not on the open house list in Essential Housing Tools. Okay. So my old professor watches this, and he usually falls asleep to me doing this because I'm just that boring. But and also he doesn't play the game, so why would he be interested in any way, shape, or form? But I do appreciate that he watches, although I kind of wonder why. But it's like, I became a lawyer. I practiced for 10 years. I had many successes in my life. I didn't think that the one thing that my professor was ever going to see me do was do a stream. I have so many things that a professor might be more proud of me for than doing a stream of a video game. It sort of says I'm a child instead of an adult. I much rather would have heard him listen to my my argument before the California Court of Appeals or something like that. You know what I mean? Not this. Send him something well written. Doob says, "Hello, Stabbity's old professor. Welcome to the stream if you're here." He's not here now, but he may be later. And he's the Griffin. He's the reason why I always call out to Griffin. And he says I killed them, but I haven't killed a Griffin yet. If anything, the Griffins would kill me. You guys know how vicious they are. But that is his name. So whenever I see a Griffin, I always do a sort of a shout out to him. So yeah, this is the erstwhile cavern, and they put a nice walkway up above and through the waterfalls, which is a really cool effect. But it seems like they're still working on it, because it doesn't seem like they put a lot on the pathway or at the end of the pathway. So I think, or maybe they're just showing off the architecture of the cave system, I mean, I don't know, but it's hard to say, because these are not builders. These are people who just wanted a house. Here's their crafting section, which we're going to see a lot of crafting sections, because why else would you have a house in some senses? Here's another upstairs thing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Doobs, is that it's possibly just views of the cave itself. This is a way, yeah, I've done this in some of my homes where you just basically side by side flip up a stairway. This is interesting. I'm not sure I had anyone ever go up this high that I've seen before. And this is smart. This is where they put their dragon treasure. That's cool. Wow, that is some view, isn't it? That's pretty cool. You know, if they had done like put this down just a little bit, they could have had the waterfall going over it, and that would have been fun. But, you know, hey, whatever they intend is fine. This is just me talking off the top of my head. The next contest for DDA, for Divine Design Alliance, is going to be Home is Where the Heart Is. And I was going to submit one of my existing homes, but then I realized none of them are very comfy feeling. They're all very ambitious in other ways. Like I have a rich person's home, and I've got a palace, and I've got all sorts of other things like that. But I don't really have a comfy, warm, inviting home that you would want to go and enjoy. And so, here we go. So I need to build one. So I bought one of the orc homes, which is like the least possible way to get a warm, inviting home. So hard. So as I'm doing it, I'm kind of using some of the tools that I've gone over with you folks about how to make a room warm and inviting, and how to, this is interesting. Now, here's something interesting too about this, is that I haven't seen any of the very expensive furnishings at all in this home. That is 100K, but I think that comes with this house. Hello, One Violet Imp. Okay, no problem. I appreciate you visiting. We're exploring rich people's homes. People who made over 5 million in one guild last month. And I want to see what they spend their money on. Is it furnishings? So, my guess is thus far this person does not spend a lot of money on furnishings. And there's nothing wrong with that. They have other priorities, probably golding out their gear or something like that. So, with enough candles, carpets, rails, resin plants, most places can... I'll show you what I've got so far. It's not terribly exciting. But, you know, I knew it wouldn't be. I got it to sort of challenge myself. Which one is it? That's, you know, super helpful of me. I wanted something in a traditional shape, but I didn't... Hammerdeath, that's which one it is. But I didn't want... So I didn't want like a pod. I have like a mud house and a pod house that I can still use that I haven't done anything with, but I didn't want it to be a pod. My character is a Nord, so I guess I have a little bit of a bent towards Nord furnishings. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I've been a little down lately. So this is what I've got so far. This is my Hammerdeath. So I just spent a couple of minutes on this yesterday, and it's definitely not where I want it to be. But this is carpeting. You know, I did the Breton carpeting, which is what I like to do. And then I layered carpeting over it, which may not last, and certainly not in this formation. The only reason why I used them was because that's what I had, but that doesn't mean that's what I'm going to stick with. Tons of ivy, because that's how I roll, and curtains. These are, as you can see, they're placeholders because they're cutting through the window. That's not something I would allow to stay that way. The Breton wrought iron chandelier is one of my favorites. And here's the tricksy part. I put, you know, those lamps from Clockwork. In fact, I'll show you. These are lamps from Clockwork. And I can't reach it. Whatever, you know what I mean. And I put them in because they make the house so stupid bright, you know, and you can hide them. You don't have to have them out. And they're really good for lighting up the whole house. Because believe it or not, the Breton candelabra thinger doesn't work. Sometimes you tuck your knees. Oh, Corey. That was clever. I'm sorry. That actually made me laugh out loud. I'm embarrassed. This will be either a bathroom or a kitchen, but I'm thinking bathroom, so I put the conch shells here. And here's a divider because I don't like how the rug divides like this, so I think this is a good place to divide the room. This is not proper. I'm going to fix all this with EHT before I'm done. So anything that's, you know, not properly situated will be beautifully and properly done. But what I did do here is I just basically grabbed the stuff I knew I wanted and put them as a placeholder where they belonged. And then I go back and I fix everything. But for the time being, like, this is just, I mean, even though it's not what I want it to be, it's clearly more warm than what I started with. Hammer Death Bungalow is a cold little room with not much going for it. And yet, you know, by bringing the elements that I really like into the house, I think it did something nice to it. And I'm going to do more. That's an Imperial bed. I bought that for an Imperial contest. And then I didn't like it very much. So it didn't get to live in the Imperial home after the contest was over. Obviously, I'm mixing different cultures here. I've got Khajiit, Breton, mostly, Imperial. These I'll get rid of. These just came with the house. These orcish lights. And then a little bit of Murkmire going on. I mean, I'm all over the place too, I admit it. But I tend to try to end up with something in the end that has a meaning to it. And this will be cozy and close and warm. The next one is _Haxa. I don't know if you know these people. If you do, let me know because I don't know them. Hi, Funky. How you doing? Today we are visiting homes of the rich and not famous. These are people who all made over 5 million gold in one of my guilds last month. So what do they spend their money on? And that's what we're going to go see. We will check out how big is their main home. Do they furnish it much? These are just the ones that were furnished. I checked them out ahead of time just to see if they were furnished or not to see if what they did. So I'm exploring them with you at this point. Basically, all I did was walk in and walk out. And then the other thing is, you know, do they have expensive furnishings? Like, what do they... Have they done a lot of dungeons? Do they have a ton of trophies? Do we assume that they spend their money on golding out their gear? These are people who are not like us. Because I know some of us game, but for the most part, I think most of us are just, okay, some Lux vending items, or actually, I think you can just build that. Maybe it's storage. If it's storage, I'll just leave. No, they've done some decorating here. But I don't think most builders are PvPers and maybe not trial endgame people either. I think that it's really more of a either or thing. I saw a post on the forums today where they said that, is ESO a real rich RPG or is it a Sims game? And people started saying that, you know, housing works perfectly, which we all know that's bullshit. Excuse my language, but it isn't true. Housing does not work perfectly. Housing may have a lot of you know, I see where they're getting at, that like housing actually on a functional level works. That's true. It's hard to dispute that. There are things that could be done better. Things could just, you know, not magically disappear on us. Things like that. And, you know, this pattern, this cherry tree pattern for the fabricant tree is still very expensive. You meet a few people who do it all. Sure, I meet a few people who do it all too, Corey, but not usually. Usually they pick a direction and go with it. And it's not usually, I think it's rarer to have people doing Okay, they buy achievement furnishings and some Lux items. No, not everyone is a polymath. I don't even know what a polymath is, and now I'm going to be mocked mercilessly for not knowing every word that comes my way. You do it all except PvP. Angel, I looked at your home the other day, I think. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I at least had a screenshot from you. And I do believe I admired one of your homes. So you clearly do it all. No, there's too much time. But also, like, I don't like PvP because people are mean. People say mean things, they'll grief you, they'll kill you over and over. That's alright, dupes. I know some weird words, but I just don't happen to know that one. I mean, I think I've heard it. I think I can reason out what the meaning is, but I don't exactly know it. No. So it looks like they're still in progress. Let me see what I wrote down about you, Angel. I know I keep records for a reason. If you guys are coming to my stream, I should at the very least let you know what I've thought about your homes and how special they are. Oh, cool. You know what, Funky? It'll probably get picked up by ESO itself. They'll probably say something about it because they've been really pushing him. I have 2 of your homes. I have Hundings, Angel. I wrote freestanding, lovely coral cabanas. And for your lentil, I put lovely willow pool. So I may not have visited all your homes, but I've at least visited 2 and thought they were really good, which is why I put them on my list. So these homes today, I'm not expecting, like, you know, amazing things out of them. What I'm really looking at is, you know, what do the wealthy of this game do? Yeah, I mean, why would I want to be around people who are going to hurt my feelings and make me feel like I'm terrible at the game? I don't have that kind of anger. I don't have that kind of... That's actually kind of funny. Putting the cart right there. You only have time to PvE trial, make gold, and yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is full of toxic players. If you gotta find some place that has toxic players, it's gonna be PvP. I want to get the sky shards, but I'm afraid to go. For obvious reasons. This is Olgarth's house we're gonna go to. Yeah, I don't want... I don't have that kind of anger to just burn off killing people. I don't repress my anger. I get enough of it out killing PvE. I don't need that. I do think Cyrodiil's pretty, and I try to do the quests during holidays at least, but it's really hard to do. I wish they had a version of Cyrodiil that wasn't PvP, so that people like, you know, me would actually go and enjoy it. Yeah, we do need to get a group together, dupes. I don't know. Do arenas all the time and don't do so well, and I don't get hate. Yeah, Angel. They can with the dragon treasure now. They can roll around in all their money. I could roll around in all my money. It would be fun. You may be good at ignoring the haters. You may also not get frustrated by being killed. I do too, Violet. Mine are on Tuesdays, and as soon as the meeting's over, I'm back in the game. Well, I like this because they're using the whole beachfront here. During the events, I like running in the big group in there and trying to get in. I do go in solo, stupidly, and I do get murdered horribly. I figure, oh, I'll just go on during the day, and I'll go in the easiest one, and nobody will kill me. Yeah, right. No, I get super frustrated getting killed. I don't like dying. Oh, so you stay alive, even if they try to kill you? I used to be a tank build, so everything took forever to kill, but I switched it up. So I still got killed when... Look at this gardening! This is really cool. Okay, I want to point some things out. This person may not be a builder, or they may be, but they've got some real talent here. Because right up by the water... They've got the crystals in the water, which is a good start. But they have the bamboo by the water, which is looks right? And it opens up a little walkway here. Secondly, they have this part of the furnishing set from the Hughes Bane is this heron, I guess it is, or egret, or whatever it is, crane, and they put it by the water, which is also where it would be. It really works. It looks like you could imagine that this is real. This is really clever. They created a little park-like atmosphere by putting the Merkmite chairs and the wedding walls and the buckthorn. You know what's funny is what unidentified. Yes. Well, it's gold. It's hard to tell what it is if it's gold. Yeah. So I like that. I think they did a really good job there. And then it goes up. A little bit of a difficulty in the walkway, but I think a lot of the people who do have a lot of money and PvP and whatnot may do hopping a lot. See, like that. They may do hopping. Because isn't that all you do in PvP is hop? Hello, Cromwell. So I submitted my my first potato emote to Twitch, and I was told it takes several weeks to get that approved. But then I'm going to have an emote for you folks. And we're checking out Olgarth's home, who is actually pretty talented. I'm only sounding surprised because I picked these homes simply on the basis of, did they make more than 5 million last month in any of my guilds? And that's it. Yes, weeks. That's why I did it so much up ahead. I mean, I haven't even gotten my second two emotes yet, or 3 emotes from Stormahawk, who's actually doing my drawings. And I paid her, and I got the first drawing and told her to take her time. But the point is that I needed that first one so much in ahead so that I actually had a single emote eventually, you know. Cute Circus aka Squirrel Monkey has one pending as well. I hope it doesn't take forever. I wonder what they were going oh, is this just, this may just lead you to the sky chart again. I've seen a lot of people make this 2 floors. I was curious to see if they did, but it looks like they didn't. This seems to be all of the trophies they've earned, so I'm kind of right about one thing, which is that a lot of the wealthier players have done a lot of probably trials and dungeons and have their Undaunted stuff and all sorts of things up on the wall. And they're, you know, celebrating what they're able to do, which I don't, because I can't. I don't do dungeons either. I kind of suck. That's why my name is the Streaming Potato, is I suck. I'm probably not as bad as I think I am, but I don't want to be judged. I'd rather just do my thing. So here we go. That's a lovely view. Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with Olgarth. The beach is a little spread out, but that's okay because it's like, you know, it seems like they're putting a lot of things that they've earned on the beach to show them off. So maybe if they're spread apart, you can actually just enjoy them as an achievement, such as they are. That might be one of the ones you had to trade 2 to get. I'm not sure. The one that you have to trade 2 to get, I think, is Unbroken. And then the one that you get as an achievement is Broken. So I'm assuming this is the one that you had to trade to get. New Life Fire that I'm stuck in. Yeah. So they spread them apart and you can enjoy them as achievements. Vivek's Divining Pool. All sorts of stuff. I don't think so. I think it's just the angle. Yeah. What were we talking about? We were talking about, oh, I knew what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hold on. CKP 680. Why am I doing this? Okay, we're gonna go to their mate. No. Apparently I'm a moron who doesn't know how to spell. So let's see if I can find which guild they're in of mine. CKP, this one. CKPL 680, Karen. Learn to spell. So what I wanted to ask you guys is, are any of you doing NaNoWriMo? National Writing Novels Month? It's got a webpage if you want to check it out. It starts today. But you know, I don't think it really matters if you're behind. It's really just for self-improvement, and you monitor yourself. But you need to write a certain number of words per day. Oh, so they've got a whole crafting station. I like what they did with the roof. Don't you think that looks good? I like this because, and we'll get back to what I was saying, I like this because it shows just how far you can build out here. People don't realize how much extra space they have in psijic. Psijic is a gift for extra space. Not only can you go out this far, you can also go all around the property out this far. So that's crazy. The only thing in my house is the bust and trophies. If I did make a nice gardening yard, I don't know if I checked that out yet. But yeah, this is clearly a guild hall or somebody who's very wealthy and doesn't know what to do with their vouchers. So yeah, because I know you guys know that I'm trying to write that book about the Civil War, which Game Dev Course made me change it to a zombie one. Glassed's castle is amazing. I actually showed that off once. He's got just such talent. So these are from PvPing, if I understand correctly, these furnishings, which means I'll never have them. But it makes sense that someone with a lot of money would. Okay, what else do they have? Dummies. Target but dummies, and I think that at least that one costs money. Like gold. I wonder if they even bothered with... Wow, wow, look what they've got. They've got that sword. What the heck is that sword? Volendrung? Oh my goodness. Do you guys see what I see? That's not just Volendrung. They've got 6 Elder Scrolls. That's insane. This person, CKP 1680, must be an insanely good person at PvP and Battlegrounds or whatnot. That's crazy. That's only like the 2nd or 3rd Volendrung I've ever seen. And you know what's the sin is they didn't actually put a walkway over there, so you can't go over there and look at it up close, which is something that I always want to do. Wow. That's friggin' impressive. I didn't know that the fake Elder Scroll replicas, I didn't know that they shone in 2 different colors. I didn't know they were purple and yellow. That's a new thing for me. I guess, I don't know if they're 2 different items or if you could set it at different colors or what, but that's really cool. Yeah, it is cool. Not something I'll ever have. All right, and we're inside, and here's all the busts that I predicted that this person must just have an entire trophy house because they're clearly really good at what they do. And playing. This is just, they earned this trophy house, let me say. Also, they're using the clockwork lights, which is a really good idea because clockwork lights are some of the brightest lights in the game. I doubt they finished back here. I couldn't imagine that they did. Yeah. They probably just stuck to furnishing the spots that people would normally see. I wonder if they closed off the back room. I would have. No, they didn't close it off. Wonder if they're going to expand down here. I don't know. I would have closed it off. You know, if you don't want people going down there. Stick to letting them see. That's the light that I used in my house when I was telling you guys that I buried 2 lights in my new house so that I could light up the whole place. Those are the lights that I use. All right, so they don't have anything in the front room. So this person is just insane. This person is super talented, super... This is traditional look, you know, with the tables like this. I don't even know if this is how it comes furnished or not, because I don't remember ever seeing it furnished, because I got it with the rest of the people who got Somerset early. So we're going to go to Brass Monkey's house. If you know Brass Monkey, say hello, because hopefully he will watch after this. I think it's a he. As usual, I'm making assumptions about people's gender. But are any of you writing? Like, are you writing any novels? Are you writing any anything? If you plan, people who are on now, people who are on later, listening later, if you intend to do NaNoWriMo and you go to the site and they ask you to add a friend, go ahead and add me. Add me as Stabbity Doom. It should be pretty easy to find me because that is my game name and that is my NaNoWriMo name. And you will have to probably then read zombie literature about the Civil War, which I was doing up until I decided to stream because I needed a break. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, that's nice. You just zone in to getting killed. That's not friendly. That's a jump scare, though, I suppose. You zone into that. Okay, so we've got a blue area. This is Brass Monkey trying to kill me. Oh, that's cool. Now, I wouldn't have done this in this house. This is Serenity Falls. But that's definitely a really cool idea if you were going with a glowy blue kind of house. Those are those broken up luxury crystals. Zendira, I saw, made one into fireworks. That was cool. So we have the achievement vendors, achievement stuff over here. You know, if you're going to get the boat and do all of the hard work, then you might as well, you know, have a whole fishy area. You know, make sure that you can enjoy your fish, your fishing boat. Crafting area as usual. Okay, I saw this from outside and was thinking it was this. So this is the Vardenfell map that you get from an achievement in Vardenfell. That's funny. They used a dream shard to be Bardau, I think. Or maybe it's just an arrow pointing to Vivek City. I'm not sure. And then they put, for the Red Mountain, they put a moon shard, which you can get from the Ashlander dailies sometimes randomly. These sell for a ton of money. So once again, we found another very expensive furnishing. This one goes for anywhere from 180,000 gold up. So it could be worth your while just to do those achievements, those quests rather, for fun if you want to see if you can make that money out of it. I know I got 2 and I don't even do them that often. See, these are Lux Furnishing lamps, and then they've got Jester's trees, which are achievement trees, also drop feathers like ginkgos. And then they've got these achievement flowers leading the way, almost like, I've never seen anyone do this. This is very pretty. This reminds me of almost like a wedding path. Like maybe you have to walk down this path to go get married. Very romantic or something. And then, what do we have here? A praying area, I guess? Remembering the dead? I'm not sure. There's, oh, see, didn't I say a wedding path? Well, here's the Mara and here's the wedding curtains. So it's entirely possible that that is exactly what they intended for this house, was a wedding. Here's another one. I love these cobalt trees. They used to go for a fortune until the CWC, the clockwork recipes got really cheap. Now you can get them for next to nothing, and they're beautiful. There's a second one of these cobalt trees that you can get only from a Lux vendor, and it's enormous. It is an enormous tree. If you should ever want just a gigantic striking tree somewhere in your house, that's what you should get. if you're interested in buying crown stuff, because I don't know that all of you are. So the inside of the house. Okay, we've seen this before. These paintings, like I said, worth a gazillion dollars. Just a couple of paintings right there. That's $300K a piece at least. If they have the triptychs, it's worth even more. I think it's an olive tree. It may be something else. These are affordable paintings, but then you've got the cheese. Now, if you don't find the cheese, you have to buy the cheese, and the cheese usually goes, it used to be 300,000, but nowadays it's between 80 and 100,000, and I'm not really sure why. You can also use Carty's effect and fake a cheese. It actually looks very cheesy. It looks like a wheel of cheese. So you could fake it really easily. So yeah, this was Brass Monkey's home, and they did a very nice job. And I would say that although they are obviously very wealthy, I think they also have a bit of, you know, skill with doing, yeah, the monkey eating the cheese. They definitely have a bit of skill. I mean, this is very nice. This is very wedding-like. I really enjoyed this. Not bad. The next one we're going to is Asherock. Yeah, I use the fake ones, and I don't care. Because whenever you do anything with Sheogorath, like I had a Sheogorath house, worship house, and so I had cheeses in all of the alcoves in the psijic house. Yeah, that's, oh, the Daydream Thrones. That's funny. So Cyrodiilic Jungle House. This person did not go all out. Wow, but they're talented. I can tell right off the bat, this person knows how to do housing. So this is Asherock. This is their cyrodiilic. And what I was saying is that I ended up having to put cheeses in all the alcoves in psijic. And so I used effects, so I didn't have to spend that kind of money. So I've been seeing more and more people using the Bosmer handfast trees in unusual and unexpected ways. And this might count for that, because look, they built a little arbor, I would say, right here, and right by the well. And you could just have a seat and enjoy this arbor with the falling petals of the ginkgos. This is really cool. I did not expect, like I said, I really didn't look at them. I just checked to see they had a house. So this is not the way the house comes. So they obviously put a new flooring in. Now in EHT also, you can make it so that anyone with EHT won't see grass if you don't want them to. So you can set it so that it hides all grass, and you won't have this effect of it coming through the tiles, but in a way it kind of goes, because these are the broken tiles. Maybe it's just nature taking it back. These are not achievements, but these are vendor items. These sunbird bushes, you can get them in Somerset, and I use them a lot because they're affordable, and you can use them to fill out a garden that could otherwise be difficult to fill out. So they did their crafting station over here, and they have all the glowy plants. They clearly like the glowies. And there's their target skeleton. All right, so they don't have the house closed off. So let's see what's inside. Oh, I said they were rich. Looks like I was right. So they put their treasure, their dragon treasure, in here, in one of their trophies with a pearl and a skull on it. Whatever. So this is cute. I like this house. I think that this person has skill, not just thrown together stuff. It's actually like thought about, and it's a glow garden. Reminds me of my glow garden. I like it. All right. The next one is, you know what? I'm going to skip to somebody I think we all know. Bumblebee. And then I can always go back. I don't know if you guys know Bumblebee, but I know him, her, it. always, I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I'm not sure. Domus frasticus, not the house I expected. I guess I expect everybody who has a lot of money to have like a crown house, you know, not just a regular house. And so far, a lot of them have been crown houses, or at least some of them. Domus is actually a pretty interesting house. I didn't like it for the longest time. I thought it was annoying. History, love the history. But I think I've changed my mind on it. They added that. That waterfall is not normally there. So they've obviously done Somerset achievements. This is from the Mara set, or the Debella set, rather. So they bought that. They've got chickens and pumpkins and wheat. They did an autumn type setting. This is more like a spring section. The jesters. Lots of sunbird flowers. Made a real garden here instead of what's normally here is just grasses. So these are goldenrod. These are from the Debella set. So this is actually something you can do, is if you have a house and you have area that's just grass, you can always buy, you know, ferns and sunbirds and goldenrod and just fill it all out. And it's very cheap because I think they're only at most like 100 gold per. So you can affordably garden your house. And this is the interior, which I didn't like for the longest time, but after I built my school in here, I realized that it's got a lot of potential. I thought it was too small, but you know, there's enough room that you can actually break things up. All right, so this is a builder because this is a homemade stove. This is not obviously part of the house, and they made this. They made this out of blocks, clearly. That part looks like a pot upside down. That's probably a brazier of some sort. And they wanted a fireplace up here, and they didn't want to use the elinhir one, so they made one, a very rustic looking one, and I like it. So yeah, this is their domus. You know, I don't see those up very often. Those orcish medallions. I think they did a good job. I like this. This is a very comfy, cozy house. All right, so let me take you to Imogee. Imogee actually watches. Actually watches our thread. Listen to me. I do that every time I say thread. Stream. So let's go look at Imogee's house. Yeah, it is. And it's also got orcish stuff on it. So I wonder if they're an orc or if they just like the stone look. You know? Man, I've been so lonely lately. Even with people over at my house, I've been alone. It's just been a depressing time. Even on Halloween. I wish it would stop. So this is Imogee's house, and Imogee is interested in building and has followed the stream, and I can tell right away because this is beautiful. They've got that achievement tree that I would kill for. The blue is just beautiful. And then here's the elinhir archway leading to a little sitting area where you would sit and eat and have a nice little party outside. And they've bought the Debella set. Imogee makes lots of money and sinks it into furnishings, it looks like, and dropped, you know, the elinhir floors into the ground, even though those normally aren't there. Which house is this? Old Mistveil. Okay. I wouldn't have expected that house to be a house with this kind of furnishing, but I think they did a really good job. I do see a lot of people putting their crafting station out in this stables. Makes sense. It's logical. Why would you want it in the main house unless that's all your house is? And clearly this is not all the house is. This is a very pretty house. I like the elinhir touches. Putting the rift front and center though. Not playing around with what they like about Mistveil. So this is not a real fireplace here. I think this is the New Life set that they just dropped into the wall. But it works, and they built this, it looks like, out of a sarcophagus over the dark elf coals, which are expensive. You can probably find them from 80 to 100 grand. Excuse me. They flipped the wood holdy thing upside down and put a teapot on it. Surprisingly, they used that teapot. There's also the gold teapot that's worth a fortune. That's like stupid expensive. So really, Norden and Elinhir touches. It's just kind of different. A little bit of elsewhere here and there. Oh, that's another expensive thing. As we're walking around looking at expensive things, this rolling pin. That is a very expensive item. Should you want to have that for your kitchen, and it's like, of course you want that in your kitchen. So you're gonna drop some bucks because it's a really, really uncommon drop. Let me check something. I'm gonna check how long I've been babbling at you people. I hate boring you. Do we have drops this weekend? If we do, I may go tomorrow. I may do it tomorrow. It doesn't say how long I've been going. Interesting. I don't know. Okay. So this person has ESO plus. We can tell because they've got their little statues. We can tell a lot about a person just by their house and not even knowing them. They've got lots of libraries. Interesting. They also brought some of the crafting stations inside, so their second floor is crafting as well. Those are kind of costly because they take a perfect row to make those little bottle bonsai. And then here's their main bedroom. A bunch of, you know, fancy royal stuff. This is crown only, but they may have bought it with gold. Who knows? I want to get one of those eventually. Oh, here we go. Money. Once again, the paintings, and then here we've got the mural, and those are worth a fortune and very expensive. And here are the noble curtains, which I think work quite well there. And, you know, elsewhere curtains. So they did a really pretty job. This is a very nice house. Oh, look. I really like this. The upstairs seating area. You get a pretty view. And you can just sit and watch the sunset or the sunrise, depending on which direction you're facing. I don't know. And then over here, you can do some astronomy, it seems. Because they've got all sorts of astrological stuff up. That's a clever way of dealing with those plates, because where do you put those plates is a big question after you solve that quest in Reaper's March. I think it's Reaper's March. You get those, you can get those achievements. And then where do you put them? You know, it's an interesting question. And, you know, just looking at that trellis makes me think you could really build a beautiful second floor here. You know? Okay, so that was Imagi. And then we're going to go to Zerbit, who we all know, because he also is often in the stream. Zerbit also is rich. Who knew? I didn't know. So yeah. Ebonheart Chateau, yes. This is an expensive home. It's one I haven't bought yet because I don't know what to do with it. You know, that's kind of the way it goes. It's like, if I don't know what to do with something, a certain house, I don't want to get it until I actually do know. That's otherwise just, I don't know. Okay, so here we are. We're inside. Wait, did I? Yeah, I came here long ago. So I've actually seen this house, but on my own. So here we have, this person is an ESO Plus, or at least was, and has done achievements, has done PvE achievements, because they wouldn't have some of these achievements without, achievement furnishings without it. Buys Lux furnishings. Let's see what they have in their tower, if anything. I wish that people would, if they don't have anything in this tower, would block it off so that you don't waste your time and go up in it. But they clearly want it there, so maybe they want to go up there and look themselves, so why block it off? This would be a good spot for building, if you wanted to put your building stuff in there. I think he said this was under construction. So this person also does... Where are the busts from? Are the busts undaunted? I'm not sure which quests the busts are. But one of them. And here's the new life fire. So they do whatever dungeons or whatever to get busts. So that person does endgame PvE. Let's go inside the house. Vet dungeons, okay. No wonder I don't have any. And then we're inside. And affordable paintings, affordable, except for this is not affordable. That's an expensive painting. Yeah. So interior, they have mostly affordable things. And then, I don't see any trophies though. Isn't that odd? They have all those busts, but no trophies. I don't know what that means. Maybe they have them all in one place. Well, here's a trophy. Wow, I don't know that I've ever seen that trophy. Is that new? That thing's crazy. I don't recall that trophy at all. I don't think I've even seen it before. I think I would have remembered something that red. Okay, here's a trophy. Some more. So yeah, they are putting up their trophies at least. Sunspire. I don't think I've ever... Oh, a trial. No wonder. I would be surprised if I ever get that. So this is that salt lamp that you can change colors. See? This could be really helpful for holidays. You want to do red or something like that for Valentine's Day. Be pretty cool. Okay. I don't know why there's just a single alchemy piece on the hallway, but whatever floats your guar, as I always say. Once again, if anybody is watching now who wants to do NaNoWriMo, please add me as your friend, as Stabbity Doom, and I would appreciate it. So that's Zerbit. They can float if they want to, maybe. Arginer. Arginer or Enginer, I believe is... Okay, I can't spell. Yeah, I can't spell. Engineer, I think. Is engineer. I think that's how it really goes, but... Not in this guild with me. What guild are you? I think you're maybe in Spicy with me. Yeah, here we go. Engineer. I think it's supposed to be engineer. They are also a builder, so let's see, or at least interested in building. So let's go check out what they did. What I wanted to do was to do review homes of different streamers, but the problem is that the streamers don't actually have homes for the most part. Horse float and you ride guar like a horse. I don't know. I mean, they live in the swamp. Why? I mean, they're clearly waterproof. Why wouldn't they float? They're a living creature with air in their lungs, you would think. So I was going over here first because I like to see if there's a dock or something down at the bottom, which there is. Wait a minute. Have I seen this house? I feel like I've seen this house. I haven't. That is a different dock than I've ever seen. This is really strange. Is this an EHT? It's not an EHT house. So some people had very similar ideas, it seems. I'm not going up the tower unless I have a reason to. Okay, this is cute. It almost amuses me knowing that Jihar does all these housing tours and has no properly decorated home. So he's actually pretty talented, though. I mean, those things that he throws together as the exemplars are actually kind of interesting. Hi, Evil! Who is not evil? Thank you. So these carts, I think you can do really fun things with carts in little shop areas, and I think that more people need to enjoy palanquin, I think this is called, or other types of vehicles like this, and you can do like a Khajiit bazaar, and it's really cool. The exemplars are great. Yeah, he's really kind of got a cute taste. I used to think that it was Storma doing them, but he actually does some of them, and I wish he would do more, but he doesn't really have the time. Here are some of their achievements. So it looks like trophies. It looks like they do endgame content, PvE content. So this is engineer. Now, for the longest time, and I told you guys, I've seen well over 3,000 homes between the two servers. For the longest time, I did not know this house had a dungeon. So I missed probably at least 100 or maybe something like that. I don't know. Somebody would have to do the percentages to figure out how many homes of these that I missed all of the dungeons on. But I didn't know. Like, why would I know? I don't know that design. Is that just psijic? That might just be psijic. Did you guys see Delphinia do her house? All of the animations when they were on J-Hearts? Because, wow, that was incredible. She had some fun stuff going on there. She really planned the whole thing out. Stargazers from Craglorn. Okay, I've never been able to do those because I tried and I failed horribly and I can't solo it, and it seems to be a group thing. Which it says, but, you know, when do I ever have a group? Nobody loves me. So this is an Imperial bed that they bought. And they've got the Ponder Sphere over there. This is nice. Nice bedroom. Orcish stuff going on. I don't see any of the really expensive paintings. So it doesn't look like they're spending a fortune on furnishings. They do have achievement furnishings, though. Yeah. Lots of achievement stuff. The poor bear. Okay, and so here's a trophy room. We've got trophies and busts. So lots of endgame work. You know, if I had them, I'd probably have a trophy house too. But I don't. J-Heart would be so sad. All right, so let's go down the trapdoor that I didn't know was there for, you know, a year. And go outside on the beautiful dock. Look, listen, shout out and stream sometime that you need people for a group, and I'm sure we can rustle up some people for a group. I don't know. I don't want to distract from J-Heart's stream ever, and if it's my stream, I usually get so exhausted after it. Here we go. So they've just got a pretty dock, especially for their achievement boat. This looks very familiar to me. I forget whose house we saw. It might have been Cromwell's. That had a dock like this, but if I remember correctly, Cromwell had a lot more stuff in it. And he had fish going on and everything, and I actually got stuck on one of the fish. So I think this is reminding me of Cromwell's house. If I've got my people right. Okay, see, I do remember these things. I liked Cromwell's a lot. So that when I looked down, I was like, wait, is this... I'm so confused because he had a boat down in his too. But this is nice. This is very nice. I like it. Yeah, so this is well done. And, you know, they clearly fish a lot because they got the boat. So why not use the stuff you get from fishing, like the shells? That's really cute. And Parari is coming in on a second boat on yours, right? Because I don't see her coming in on this one. Yeah, I think yours had that. All right. Okay. So is there anyone else that we all know? to show you something. A very rich person who I've shown you their house, but I haven't shown you it in person. I've shown it to you in screenshot, and it was mind-blowing in screenshot. So I'll show it to you in person. This is Sinozir, who also makes over 5 million in one guild per month. So they're also rich. And this person clearly spent a lot on building up their Coldharbour. And they've got an arena in there, but they also have a mountain. Yeah, I wish I could solo Craglorn. So my guess is that they have that sword that makes that, the Volendrung, because I don't think that they have effects in here. All right, so that's new. I don't think that had that before, but I've shown you this screenshot. If you recall, this is a mountain that you can climb and you can go in. It's actually not part of the landscape. Normally, he created a mountain with furnishings on top. It's crazy. So he's got normal, like, crafting area up front. And then he's got a dueling arena, or should you want. And it's even got, like, it reminds me of a Roman Colosseum, because he's got all of the pets, you know, locked away that you would fight. You could really tell a story about this place. And by now, Griffin has been asleep forever, I'm sure. And this is new. I don't recall these trees over here, but I guess this is a little spot to worship Mafala, as you do. Yes, the snot blob. So here's the side of a mountain. I think it's amazing. And this is the secret-y kind of thing that he doesn't, unless you explore it, you may not know it's here. So he's got inside the mountain, there's all of these crystals. So he's got a crystal room inside the mountain, which you could do. You could take all of this Daedric rock and basically create a crystallized cavern within it. And he's got multiple stairways, so I have a hard time knowing which way to go. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a cool build. I really like this. And so this I met Sinozir just randomly porting to people's houses and guild, and then long time ago I found this. And I told him never ever change, never ever get rid of it, because it's so creative and unique, and I've never seen anyone else do it or anything like it. And so I think of Sinozir more so as a builder than as a seller. So he's very talented. And here we go. This is really hard to climb up, guys. Just so you know, there's points at which like I'm having trouble climbing up because it's so much on an end. But he had to do it to make his mountain work right. Right? And then up here, and then I guess you can keep going up and see Molag Bal. It is super steep. Look at that view. Isn't it crazy? That view is crazy. This build is spectacular. I do not joke. I do not kid. This is a spectacular build. Here we go. Yeah, you can get up top. I encourage you to see it in person because really it's just amazing. Simply amazing. And yeah, he built a mountain. And you can go on top of it and you can go within it. That's some view. Yeah. So Molag Bal looks down at you from his perch atop a mountain. That's really beautiful. I'm a fan. Anyway, so I wanted to show you that one. And I think I'm going to... Should I do one more? Or should I just end it here on a high note? Because I don't know if the others are going to be any good or not. We could do one more. We'll do this person that I don't know who they are, KG. More? Okay. Ugh, I hate that. There's this there's this problem where when I cut and paste, for some reason, it messes up apostrophes. I don't know why. So like, if I do this, it should work. Yeah, see? It changes apostrophes to a different character, and I'm not sure why. It interprets my apostrophes differently. So this house makes sense for me. This one makes sense for me for somebody with a lot of money. So, all right, I hope you guys all tonight watch Jay Hart's stream, because he's going to do his normal housing hike. And then he has a charity thing going on this weekend, so you should watch that too. Well, clearly, this is a Halloween build that someone has done. Can we even get in here? Let me put on my UI so I can see. Nope, they've closed me off. I cannot. Oh, I can get up. All right, can somebody tell me how you get that dragon? Do I think many people bought Wraith Home? Not as many as perhaps by Princely Dawnlight or something like that. I think Wraith Home had a problem with being a little too specific. It was very dark, and it really couldn't be lightened up in any way. I think it was just, yeah, I didn't buy it, you know. Oh, it was? So I need that furnishing pack when it comes around again, because I gotta do that. All right, so what do you, oh, so there's just cheese up here. As I don't get it. I just don't get it. But lots of trophies and stuff. Nord Dragon Freeze. Okay, I didn't buy it. I should have. Clearly, I should have. All right. That was a quick one, so let's go to the... Well, could you buy them with gold at that point? Because now you can. Although it's really hard to get anybody to do gold selling anymore, crown selling anymore. I bet you can. That would be cool. That would be amazing. I need to start working on my new life build. I have ideas for it, but they're so ambitious that I think that I may not be able to do it. So this is Dirty R, who also made over 5 million and in 1 month. And this is their Galen, which is one of my favorite properties. Didn't try a game, though. I could get them from TCE, but they don't do crown pet. They don't? I thought they did. I thought they won't give you the discount because they can't. But they can't give you the discount, but they can get you it at full price. If you have ESO Plus, you should probably have a discount for it. That's not a giftable item because I get packs from them all the time, furnishing packs. Like, see you later, Cromwell. And yeah, I've gotten multiple furnishing sets from them. Like the Daedric one. Well, you don't need the crown pack if they're going to give you the whole furnishing pack. Like, for example, I wonder if we're talking about the same thing here. Like this furnishing pack, the Witch's Coven, they could gift this to me right now for 30. I would have to pay the full price, 3,500, if they gifted it to me. I've gotten multiple packs from them. You can't get homes, but you can get furnishing packs. Are you talking about? You're talking about homes. Okay, I misunderstood you. I thought you meant packs. Oh, okay. This is the Oblivion UI. Oblivion style, you can get it off of Minion. The person who uses it, who is Bert Firkins, he's a streamer as well. And I saw it and it was like really cool and I really wanted it. So I got it. And it's kind of annoying because you can't change the colors, so you can't make it darker or anything. Rich people have this painting. Expensive painting. Very Halloween-y build, obviously. Yeah, Bert Firkins is a good guy. I am a fan of his. Very chill. Should you ever want to just chill out, he's the guy to go watch. He does some building. He's actually not bad. He's pretty good builder. Very good aesthetic taste. I wouldn't have figured it because he strikes me as too relaxed, if you know what I mean, to be interested in that kind of thing. But he is, and he's good at it. And he's working on his Moonsugar Medal now, and I think that, you know, when he's done, if he wants me to, I can go take a look at it. So yeah, still with the Halloween theme, still using the achievement furnishings. You know, I do not like the interior of Galen. Such a waste of the exterior that is so amazing and what you could do so much with. Let's just go up. I'm not a big fan of Galen, so. Oh, okay, they did a good job. Lots of treasure. This is where treasure should be. All the achievements, all the endgame stuff, all the expensive paintings. So this is the treasure room, clearly. The same as usual, which I think, you know, I never remember. It's an hour before the vendor shows up, whenever that is. I can't recall. I'm terrible at this. I need to change my house from Mournoth to a different house as my main because Mournoth was my Halloween house. I was very proud of it, but I don't know. I don't know. This is probably my favorite house that I have right now. And then we'll end here. I'll call it. I'm going to try and skip out of work early today to go watch J Hart's stream. I don't think he'd be upset. Your work, maybe. Sorry if I'm boring today, folks. I'm kind of pooped and a little down. I wish my friends were here. I wish you guys were here. I'd take you all out for coffee and pizza. Always the pizza. So that was Lifestyles of the Rich and Not Quite Famous. And we took a look at all of those houses today were very, very rich people. Morgo Twitch, chili dogs. If you want, I mean, I could do that for you. So I didn't get to show you this house during the day, actually, so I'm really glad that we came here during the day. This is my Forsaken stronghold, and I built all these little homes here. See? Little poor people homes. Horrid. That's horrid of me. I shouldn't say things like that, but I do. And I just wanted a bunch of things that looked like they were in progress. And then I just think that the autumnal colors, look at that, those autumnal colors really lend something beautiful to, you know, and it's what's funny is, thanks. How did I build those? They're fake. Those are EHT. Essential Housing Tools add-on. You can upload it on the community, and you can add all sorts of things like windows. You can add a cow. That cow isn't real. Chickens. The chickens aren't real. No, doors are really hard to do, so I made those fake ones. Yeah, this was my orc party entry. It's still probably one of my favorite houses because it really reflects the ambiance that I was going for. But what's sad is that my autumn is gone. We have snow all over. It's depressing, and I don't like it. Yeah, but most people do these days, especially most people have essential housing tools today, and also because they can upload their stuff to the community server, which means that anyone who has that community server can see anybody's effects. So more and more people are using it because you don't have to send the person your effects ahead of time if they have the community. They just go and they see it. And I think it's worth it because not only can you get additional effects, but it lets you do so much. Like, even if you just get essential housing tools for backups. Yeah. Did it get stabilized? I honestly never found it to be unstable. I think that there were problems with other things. If you have a Mac, it won't work properly on it. So if that was the case, it will never work properly for you. But he does have it for, yeah, he does have it for PC, and it should be working fine. He also now works for Zos, the author, and he's including lots of things that are probably, I'm begging, hoping that he will be able to include it into the base game at some point. But he's new guy on the totem pole, but his coding, is probably way more compatible now, given that he's working for Zos. He's an amazing human being. He's just the nicest guy you ever met. That's why I find it hard to not push his stuff, because even if it wasn't neat to be able to do different kinds of things, he's just a tremendous human being. He's just amazing. He's so generous with his time. EHT is spectacular for building. I'm going to show you something, and then with building freestanding stuff, like, I don't know how people build freestanding homes that don't look like crap without EHT. Yeah, I just don't know how much he's going to be able to do right away, because, I mean, you got to figure, we all know that the code there is pretty shitty. It's us. I'm never going to be on the stream team, so I'm going to be honest with y'all. We all know it's crap. So there's no way I could have built this structure without it. Right. And what I did here is, by building it with EHT's building tool, not the FX, but the building tool, I'm able to make this line up perfectly. I'm able to do the floors perfectly. There's no mistakes. You cannot do a freestanding building and make it look perfect unless you're using EHT. I just don't see how it's possible. Now, lots of people use it and don't use the FX at all because they think the FX looks phony, which they can look phony if not done right. But this is all EHT. Now, I think that the FX done right can be really attractive. Like, look at the flooring. I mean, I have neutral colored velvet. That does not look fake at all. I think it looks really pretty, and I think it's very subtle. I think it works. There are things that I really enjoy about EHT. Being able to line up furnishings so that they're all in a straight line. The lighting effects are amazing. I mean, I can't stop selling it because it's just truly incredibly useful for so many reasons. And I don't know if you have Magic Carpet, but if you don't, get it, because Magic Carpet lets you really build up in the sky if you need to. Like, this is my Pariah's Pinnacle, and I don't know how I was going to be able to really build as I went without using this. This is Magic Carpet. He also writes this, and you can get everywhere you need to go. Yeah, the building tools. Yeah, the building tools are a little harder to use, but The hardest to do, I would think, is the animation. I've only ever done it once, and it's not simple. But I have done, I do a lot with effects, and now this was my first house I built completely freestanding, and you'll see the flickers, but I'll get into that later. But the, boop, this house is only because of EHG that I was able to make it. It's already getting tough. Yes, that helps, but also if you want to start to really know building, I would think that building a freestanding non-house, like a house that's not connected to an actual house, or just building over something, it gives you an impetus to actually learn everything. It's going to be do the self-portraits in EHT. That can't be done anymore. What that was is people were submitting them to Cardi when he didn't work for Zoss, and he would put things into EHT. Unfortunately, he can't anymore now that he works for Zoss. So you can't submit anything else anymore. He's put a few things in since then that he's come up with. I don't know what the long term is going to be, but you know, it always kind of bugged me that people had self-portraits in it, because it was like there's limited space for the amount of stuff that he could put in there. And you have basically a self-portrait is one thing that one person really wants to use and no one else really does, you know, and it kind of bugged me. It still does. And you know, I've never actually said that on any channel before, anywhere, but I'm going to say it because it's my stream. It annoys the hell out of me. I wish people weren't allowed to do that. See, but then who would use that? Just you. You know what I mean? As it is, you could always dress up yourself, and then when J-Heart comes and visits, you know, on stream, you could be the NPC, essentially, you know? Oh, or you could dress up an NPC now that we know how to do it. So I think it would be fun. But yeah, no, we can't submit anything else, and it really sucks. And I hope that he hasn't had a lot of time to really work on it except to keep it bug-free. But I hope that in the future he's going to be able to either include it into the base game or do more effects and things like that. But I'll say this, it's always, the things that people are coming up with to do with it is always impressive. No, you could for yourself. If you wanted to do it for yourself that only you could see, you could do that. And I think people in the DDA or Spicy Guild Discords could explain how. But you can't do it for everyone else. No one else could see it. Unfortunately. He just, you know, that's what, it was a double-edged sword when he got hired for Zoss. It's like, it's a great thing because somebody who actually knows what we need and want got hired. But at the same time, we lost, you know, an entire ability to create new effects that we needed. You know, and it really blows. But, you know, I got a bunch of them in, and Valentine's Day is going to be a lot easier now because we have hearts and candy and whatnot. New Life is going to be easier because we have candy canes and stuff like that I got in. He may add stuff on his own. Like, he may just go and say, oh, I want to start adding New Life trees or whatever. So you could see people, I see it still expanding. I mean, they told him he can keep updating it. This roof, by the way, is entirely EHG. That's not a real roof. And it looks so much better with that on. Because it's a what's vaulted ceiling. I mean, especially from far away, it looks really good, I think. It doesn't look so blank. It gives it depth. Anyway, so that's it. That's it for today. I will do this again, probably not tomorrow, but maybe Sunday. So I hope to see you all tonight in J-Heart's stream, and you know, happy building until then. And I love you guys. And I'll see you later.